Good morning. Good morning. Here's a little change, right? And for those of you who like to look out the window, it won't be so obvious today that you're doing it. Welcome to this space made sacred by your presence. No matter if this is your first time or your 5th time, your 100th time or your 1000th time, you are welcome. No matter who you are, no matter who you love, no matter what you believe, you are welcome. I am your intern minister, Rita Capezzi, proud and honored to serve this community through June 2018. Today we have a special multi-generational service full of music and movement and stories, celebrating all the ages of our lives and the ways we all need each other. It'll be a little noisier today, a little more kinetic, if you play along, that is, and I hope you will have some fun and that you'll do that. So feel free to sway, to clap, to shout hallelujah, to dance, to move in ways that feel right for you throughout this service. Worship is the act of shaping that which we find most worthy. Let us find worth in all we do together today. So our worship associates today are Kathy Keller and Megan Cabral, and they have different roles than they normally have, so hold on, it'll be okay. And we have guest musician Helen Lowry. She is my daughter. And she will accompany our music director, Bill Mehls, today. Their gifts sustain our service today and every day. Now, everything you need today for the service is in your order of service. There's some extra pieces in there too. You might wonder, what am I going to do with these? Don't worry. Everything is there, and eventually you'll make use of everything. And I hope when you came in you noticed the flowers. Those are on our Mother's Day, for the mothers we are, for the mothers we have, for those who have dedicated their lives to and to love others. That is the hallmark of motherhood after all. So for all of you, take a flower, take it home, remember it, for those who have mothered you in good and loving ways. So I just ask, does anybody else have an announcement to make today?
Mama Pajama rolled out of bed and she ran to the police station. When the cop found out, he began to shout, and he started an investigation. It was against the law. He was against the law. What the mama saw was against the law. Mama looked down and she spit on the ground every time her name gets mentioned. And the pop said, oh, if I get that boy, I'm gonna see him in a house of detention. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. I'm taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rosie, the queen of Corona. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard. In a couple of days, they come and take me away, 'cause the press let the story leak. When the radical priests come to give me release, we was all on the cover of Newsweek. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Don't know time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rosie, the queen of Corona. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
join Angelina and me in the lighting of our chalice this morning? The words are in your order of service. We gather
This hour, as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs, we light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
Our opening song's words are also in your order of service, so let's sing together.
Rise and body your spirit.
Glory, God's upon all.
we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, they can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game.
So, we'll enter a time of meditation and silent reflection, drawing ourselves to that source of many names and no name at all. That source that many call God, that source of life and of spirit, larger than any of us, yet also a small spark in each of us. Please rise and embody your spirit for an embodied prayer from the Benedictine nuns of Cuernavaca, Mexico. Placing our feet on the earth, feel its energy, breathing slowly, relaxing our bodies and opening to the spirit of life, the Spirit of God. Placing our hands to the prayer position, thumbs touching the heart, we remember our connection to the heart of God and all that is. Bringing our hands down, open, palms up, in a gesture symbolic of gratitude, we gratefully receive the gifts of this day. Grateful for the gifts we recognize and those we don't. Grateful for those who people our circles. We open ourselves to receive the gifts of this week's journey. Touching our palms back to back, fingers pointing to the sky, in a gesture symbolic of memory. We remember our past, all that brought us here, grateful for all of what has made us who we are. We give thanks for our individual and collective past. Turning our hands back still together, fingers moving in to touch the heart, in a gesture recognizing our authentic selves. We feel our emotions, feeling we are right now and right here and now, and what is happening inside us, we feel it now. We are without our masks. We give thanks for our authentic selves and all the feelings we carry into this moment and into this week. Extending our arms out, palms down, we reach for the good, the sacred, in a gesture symbolic of reaching for God and good, our yearning to connect, to love, and be loved. Bringing our arms up to the sky, we give thanks for the air that we share, rich and poor, all of God's creation. We acknowledge that we pollute the air and we ask forgiveness. We acknowledge the mystery of the skies, the universe, and give thanks. Bringing our hands down toward the earth, palms down, we express thanks for her. We acknowledge that we often do not even recognize that we are walking on her. And we acknowledge that we pollute and harm the earth, and we ask forgiveness. We bring our hands in prayer position to the third eye. we ask for vision, for clarity, and for new ways to live and love. Bringing the hands back to the heart, touching our God center, our human center, we feel how we are always connected to each other and the spirit of life. Let us sit together a few moments in silence. Look around, friends. Look all around the circle. And we see the generations before us, the generations of our lives, of this community, of our future, and our church. From the wisps of graying hair already run their course, done their time in protective duty, to the wisps of new hair that fly like clouds around those young heads, and all the hairy and colorful heads in between. Those stages of humanity, childhood, youth, maturity, age, families of blood and families of connection and community, chosen families and people choosing the hard, beautiful work of relationship, of making ourselves known and making room for others, doing the work of learning and acceptance. Here we are. And life can feel a little like the circle game. Day after day, the world turns on its axis. One day follows another. Year after year, the earth circles the sun. The world turns and circles on itself and around the sun. With all that turning and turning, there is, like the carousel, quite a bit of up and down. There's a fair share of life's ups and downs, the joys and sorrows coming in turn, always coming. Like one day coming after the one before, like 1 year coming after the one before. Before you know it, it's tomorrow. Before you know it, it's May again. It's Mother's Day again. But it's 2017, not 1942 or 1968 or 1995 or even 2001. It's 2017. Who could have imagined reaching such a year? That song is, that Joni Mitchell, she's telling us about circles, about going around and round. But it's a game, this circle. Life looks like circles, but it's also going in a straight line, and we all know. We experience the turning of the earth as day becomes night, becomes day again. The turning around the sun as spring becomes summer, becomes fall, becomes winter, becomes spring again. But with each of these turns, each of us gets older. The earth circles the sun and another year is added to our lives. Counting up from 10 to 20 to 40 and beyond, far beyond, that doesn't stop. That can't be halted. And the song tells of the stages of humanity, childhood, youth, maturity, age. And here we are, families of blood and families of connection and community. Chosen families and people choosing the hard and beautiful work of relationship, of making ourselves known and making room for others, doing the work of learning and acceptance. That work of learning and acceptance, that is hard work. And here we are. Here we have the generations among us, and we know we don't always understand each other. The days come and go, the years roll on, and time passes, and we forget what it was like to be young. We, like me, forget what it was like to be young, and we don't appreciate those who came before us, not enough. Do you ever get mad at your mom? Come on, who gets mad at their mom? Thank you. I do. I still get mad at my mom. I'm mad at her today. She refuses to get a cell phone. so I can text her. Can you believe that? No, so she won't get a computer so that she can look at all the cool recipes on food.com. Can you believe that? Then my husband can talk to her when we visit. There's no Wi-Fi in her house, so I can't do email when I visit her. I can't believe that. I can't understand why she wants to live in the past, watching old reruns on TV when there's so much good stuff on YouTube, like dog videos and piles of kittens. I know she would like those. This woman frustrates me. I struggle to get her point of view. And I remember a Mother's Day many years ago, about 18 or 19 years ago. My little Helen, she was little back then, with no purple hair, or ear gauges, or tattoos, or nose rings. My little Helen, she gave me a Mother's Day card. She says she doesn't remember it, but I do. And she drew me as a long stick figure, and her words were, "I love my mom. She is 10 feet tall and weighs 100 pounds. And she's a little bit stinky." Imagine that. I was an alien and strange giant to my baby girl and super, super skinny. What a wonderful time. What a wonderful moment of two people loving each other and not getting each other at all. How can we play the circle game so that we see each other's points of view? Poor Julio and his friend down by the schoolyard. What kind of trouble are they getting into? Do they really deserve the house of detention? Are they really doing anything wrong at all?
No.
Or is it simply that the grown-ups, the adults, the worrying parents, they don't understand what the young ones are up to? Or a child like Sophia, a child with a moral compass, a precocious child, a child who reminds the adults that they have behaved better, that they can again be generous, but first they must admit their mistakes. That's a wonderful child, an annoying child. And what about us, we adults, weighed down, sometimes really weighed down by the responsibilities of life? Can we see as our children see, as our youth see, as our elders see? Can we see, can we feel, can we each understand the challenges of our lives? We come from the same source, all of us, from the water, the fire, the mountainous earth, from our planet, our Mother Earth, and from our mothers, good, bad, or indifferent as they may have been. We come, all of us, in the same way into this life, born of bodies and what bodies do. Born of bodies and also infused with spirit, the spirit of curiosity, the spirit of generosity, the spirit of love. Longing to understand the sources of our existence and our being. Longing for a path into a future beyond ourselves. A future we imagine into life when we raise our children, in families, and in community. Longing for connection and understanding. Seeking each other and drawing near to each other, for in each other we find connection and understanding. Barbara Brown Taylor reminds us that there is no spiritual treasure to be found apart from the bodily experiences of human life on earth. Our lives depend on ignoring all touted distinctions between the secular and the sacred, the physical and the spiritual, the body and the soul. In our children, in our youth, in our generations, each of our spirits lives on. We live on in the ways we lovingly engage with the younger among us, blessing them with our perspectives as we struggle to understand theirs. Giving them our time and attention, listening to them. It's the least we can do, and they will remember this time and attention. It is the least we can do as it is the way that we are more than just ourselves, more than the accumulation of our years. When we reach beyond our years, beyond our own experiences, when we reach out toward the generations that come before and that will follow our own, we are most human. We are most connected to the holy that infuses all the world. Again, in Taylor's words, earth is so thick with divine possibility. It's a wonder we can walk anywhere without cracking our shins on altars. Friends, let us promise that we will reach toward each other across the generations. Let's reach. We will reach toward all of us circling on the earth and circling around the sun. We will reach toward love, toward care, and striving to understand. Yes, friends, let us promise today and every day, as you remember, you are loved, you are worthy, you are welcome, and you are needed. May you feel it so.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
When do my duties begin?
Join us for worship every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Canandaigua, a welcoming congregation. We are located at 3024 Cooley Road, 4 miles west of South Main Street, Canandaigua, just north of the intersection with Routes 5 and 20. Look for the blue signs just before the turn. Your comments about this program or questions about the church are welcome at 585-396-1370 or at our website, www.canandaiguauu.org. Producer and editor, Daniel Brigham.